G'day guys, Luke here. Welcome back to another video. In today guys, we're doing the Reptile update for January 2023. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different for this month guys. Instead of going through each enclosure and what's in it, I'm going to do one enclosure and then show all the animals. So let me know how that goes. I'm kind of curious how that works. I'm trying to keep the videos underneath 20 minutes, so it's not too long for you guys, and it's not going to be a nightmare for me. So let's jump into it and see how everyone's doing. Well, we'll use Bluey's setup here as an example for how I got my blue tongues and my shingleback set up. So we start with the substrate. So everyone has a Cocoa Peat substrate. Now, Bluey, Bo, Monty and Billy have one hide, while Blaine has two hides. Each enclosure has a rock and a brick. Now, the enclosure sizes go from 90 centimeters to 120 centimeters, so 3 to 4 foot in length. Now, Billy has a heat pad, while everyone else has a heat globe. Each enclosure is set at 30 degrees Celsius on the hotspot. Each enclosure has a food bowl and water bowl, UV light, and a backing. So here's Bluey. He's one of 3 Eastern Blue Tongue skinks in the family. Below him, we've got Monty, who is my male shingleback skink. Up above Bluey, we've got Blaine, who is my lowland blotch blue tongue. So she's the one who's got the 2 hides. And up above her, we've got Bo, who is the other blue tongue skink on this rack system. Now, Blaine and Bo are more of a shy blue tongue. They don't come out often. However, both are doing well. Bluey is the most confident out of all the skinks I've got. He'll come out regardless. And Monty is the most laziest out of the bunch. All of them doing well. Now, they're all smashing through this time of year and enjoying life. Quickly check on Billy, so you guys see how Billy is. So this is her setup here. Whoops, sorry for hitting the camera, guys. There she is. She's doing well. She's going into a shed cycle, so we'll leave her be. Now, these 3 enclosures here are all 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters by 20 centimeters. So in this one we've got Charcoal, he's my spine-tailed gecko. Then these 2 we've got 2 baby snakes who we'll get to in a moment. So Charcoal is in this enclosure. His enclosure, we've got sticks for him to climb up on, sands the substrate, a couple of fake plants, a water bowl, a cave, and a backing, and he shares a heat pad with one of the baby snakes. So that's his bottom there, which you can kind of see his head there. Don't want to leave him out too long because he's obviously being a gecko, he's a nocturnal species. Lock that back up. Right, we'll move across now. So in these ones we've got Valentino and Chewbacca. So there's Valentino sticking his little head out there, and Chewbacca is in this one here. So both are doing well, smashing food, growing quite rapidly. They will be upgraded soon, they're just a bit too slow at the moment. So in both enclosures, they share a heat pad with their neighbour. So Valentino with Chewbacca, Valentino with Charcoal, and Chewbacca with another baby snake that's one of my friends who I'm looking after. Now, in these enclosures, you've got the substrate, a couple of branches for them to climb up on, a heat pad to this side. So the coconut hide is their warm hide, water bowl, and the other hide here is their cool hide. So both snakes are doing well, and they share a light strip with the whole rack here. So Rosu is my Reptile model. So unfortunately he will be a no-show since he's buried himself and I don't want to disturb him. He's housed in a 3-foot enclosure. We've got his heat light, UV light, he's backing, a couple of branches that he can climb up on, 4 hides they can choose to sleep in, so there's sand they can dig in, play in, whatever you want to do. We've got his water bowl and a couple of fake plants. So I'll put up a photo of Rosie now. That's him, he's doing well guys. Too bad he's not out today. Usually he is, but today he's not. Below him we've got Crystal, who is my female pygmy bearded dragon. She's doing well guys. Now in her enclosure guys, we've got sands, substrate, an ornament, a log collection is sleeping, her rock, backing, heat light and UV. We've got a water bowl and a food bowl and backing, I think I've already said. She's doing well, just went through a shed cycle not too long ago, so she's looking very beautiful. Oh yeah, she's doing just fine. Crossover to Akko, who's my Eastern water dragon. She's doing well guys. She's housed in a 4-foot enclosure. She's staying in this for the rest of her life because she does not like to be moved around or upgraded. She stresses to hell and back. So we're leaving her be. So we've got a heat light, UV, backing, her hammock, a couple of branches for her to climb up on, her substrate, a couple of logs and a hide for her to bask on. We've got her food bowl, her diva sign, fake plant, her rocks and a water dish. Before we start moving everyone around, she was fine and happy and just carrying on with life. Ever since we rearranged the room a bit, she hasn't really liked it. So hopefully in the next couple of days she'll go back to being calm, cool and collected and not highly strung and stressed out the way she is at the moment. Other than that, she's doing just fine. Below her, we've got Pedro, who is my pink-tongued skink. Now, he's hiding in that cave there, so I'll put up a photo of him to show you guys what he looks like. In his enclosure, guys, he's got a substrate, a heat pad underneath the enclosure, 2 hides on the bottom of the enclosure. On this end, we've gone quite thick with the substrate, so he can bury himself. Water bowl, food bowl, branches for him to climb up on, fake plants, and he's just got a normal light strip to display his enclosure. So that's the lizard room done. Let's go over and check out the snake room. Almost forgot about Sui, my Sansu, my skink. She's doing quite well. She's just burrowing back under here. Come on, out you come. Out you come. There we go. There you go, you crazy little skink. She's doing well, looking quite beautiful. She's a chunky sand swimmer. So she's in a 50 centimeter enclosure, heat pad, 2 hides, fake plant, backing, and about 3 inches of sand to burrow into, and her water bowl. Now we can go over to the snake room and check everyone out there. The snake room here, last month, has changed dramatically. So what I'm going to do is go through what's in each enclosure and then show you guys the animal. Something similar to what I've done with the skinks and dragons in the other room. So in this room, the heat is either a heat bulb or a heat pad. Each enclosure is set at 30 degrees Celsius. Now, most of them have a light strip or a light bulb as a display light. The diamond pythons down here have got UVB. Now, for climbing options, they've either got branches or backing where they can sit on. Now, depending on the enclosure, they've got either 2 hides, or some of them might have 3 and some of them have 4, depending how many are in there and how big they are. Now, they've all got water bowls in there, a respective size. Each enclosure will have either backing or branches for them to climb up on. If it's a 3D backing, they don't have the cram backing. So, for example, we've got Chappie and Orchid who've got 3D backing, while Amazula and Super Sun Graham have more of a cram or contact backing. You've got fake plants as well in the enclosure, decorate the enclosure, and rocks to help to shed the skin. And every enclosure in here, the substrate is cocoa peat stuff. Right, let's see how everyone's doing. So first up, we've got Super Sun Graham. Both are doing quite well. Super Sun's in the shed at the moment. Graham is eating food once more. So there's Super Sun deep shed, while Graham's the much brighter one on top of her. Hello, beautiful girls. Both are doing fantastic. And yeah, both are female, so they will not breed, obviously. You need a male and female to breed them. And I won't be breeding these two because they are basically my babies, and I wish nothing bad to happen to them. Next door to them, so these guys are housed in 3-foot enclosures. 3-foot enclosures. These ones here about 2.5 feet. 4-foot enclosure. Then all the white ones that you'll see in a moment are 6-foot enclosures. Anyway, so we'll get back into who we're talking about. So in here we've got Emma and Azula, who are my breeding pair of children pythons. Both are doing well. So that's Emma, while Azula is hiding behind this hide here. She's the mother of the babies in the other room, and they laid a clutch of eggs this season. Should hatch next month. While Aaron Caesar, who we see in a moment, theirs will hatch any day now. So that's Emma and Azula's closure there. That's Super Sun Graham's there. So give you an idea what they look like. Down below them we've got Chappie and Orchid. So this is Chappie. Unfortunately, last month or so he's been battling with RI. He's getting a lot better now. Not quite 100%, but he's getting close to being just fine. I'm keeping a close eye on him and his girlfriend Orchid over here. Make sure they don't get sick or sick her. I did separate Chappie for a little while he's recovering, but I think he's well enough to go back in here and be with his girl, because when he was away from his girl, he was highly stressed out and he did not like it. But overall, both of them doing just fine though. Down below them, we've got Atra and Aurelia, who are my diamond pythons. So this is their enclosure and how it looks. So I've got the LED UVB bulb, sorry, light strip in here for them. Whoop, stubborn lock. Both of these two are in shed, which kind of sucks. So there's Atrum and Aurelie. So Atrum is, so the ones you can see, that's Aurelie's head, and that's Atrum's head underneath my hand there. And that's Atrum there. Both are doing well, smashing food and growing at a rapid rate, these two. Can I get this lock back on? I'll fix these locks after the video. Up here we've got Snickers, who is a female children python. She's doing well. When it comes to breeding season next year, she'll go in with Aaron and Caesar as a breeding trio. And I'm kind of curious what her babies will look like with Caesar. So fingers crossed all goes well. So this is her enclosure, looking good. In here next to her we've got Diablo, who's my brown tree snake. He's kind of a no-show, so I'll put up a photo so you guys can see him. But otherwise he's doing well. So that's his enclosure there. When Valentina and Chewbacca grow up a bit more, they'll both go in one of these enclosures each. Down below that we've got Charles, who is my albino carpet python. Just went through a shed cycle, so he's looking very handsome or beautiful. Don't know if it's a male or female, but I don't care. It's just a beautiful little snake. And his enclosure is that. So he's enjoying the extra space. He's been upgraded from a 3-footer to a 4-footer. Then we go back up here. We've got Molly, who is also doing quite well, smashing food and being the lovable jungle carpet python that she is. Not as snappy as once she was. So she's doing quite well. That's her setup. Next door to her, we've got Aaron and Caesar, who are with no-shows. No, there you go. So there's Caesar. He's decided to come out and say hello and be a pain in a moment. While his girlfriend Aaron, you can see her body there. But I'll put up a better photo of her up. I think she's in the shed. Otherwise, that's Caesar, and he's the cranky bugger out of the reptile room. Below those two characters, we've got another character in the name of Chris, who is my black-headed python. So this is his enclosure here. Let's say hello to him. He's a big snake. Hello, Chris. There he is, looking handsome as always, aren't you, buddy? And no, you're not getting fed. You can go back to sleep now. And just toy his house a little bit. But you'll get that with snakes. Lock him back up. Now to the last animal of the reptile room. And he's not a snake, but I kind of count him as one sometimes. So this is Ray. Ray is my Rosenberg monitor. She's doing quite well. So she's a little different to all the snakes in here in regards to setup. So heat light, LED UVB lights, 3 hides that she can sleep in, a couple of rocks to bask on, a couple of logs in here for the climb up on, a water bowl, a substrate, and a couple of fake plants to decorate the enclosure. And her backing that she's destroying. So about there you can see a tear. She's gone behind there like a snake and just being a troublemaker. So that'll be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's a little shorter than what it is, and hopefully it's still informative as all the other reptile room updates I've done. But yeah, I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Like I said before, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in another video.